Hi, ho everyone. My name's Mr. Fruit, and welcome back to the GG Over Easy podcast, episode 117. We're back. Sorry about the little hiatus. We discussed that, among other things, such as Rob's journey back into the gym. Also, some gym tips to be aware of and to look out for. Pokemon Arceus, some leaks. We don't actually specify any leaks, but we talk about it and how we're excited. My brother doesn't like Rob's Twitch. That's generalizing, but I'm trying to clickbait this.
He's definitely not the only one.
I'm trying to clickbait this. Find out why. The Destiny. Rob wants to play Trials? Question mark.
I do. I want
what's
to play
that
Destiny
about?
Again.
Questions, answers, other things, tangents. Freaking. It's a GD Over Easy podcast. Anyway, let's get into it.
Dingus my dingus.
Pardon your regularly scheduled podcast listening for this short ad break.
Is something preventing you from achieving your goals? What interferes with your happiness? Check out betterhelp.com/GG. My experience with BetterHelp was awesome. They were professional, on time, and I didn't have to wait in some stinky waiting room. You'll get timely, thoughtful responses, plus you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions. BetterHelp is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches, so they make it easy and free to change counselors if needed. It's more affordable than traditional offline counseling, and financial aid is available. The service is available for clients worldwide. Find a particular expertise you need online. Don't limit yourself to just counselors located near you. Anything that you share is confidential. It's convenient, professional, affordable, so check out the testimonials posted daily on their sites. We want you to start living a better life today. As a listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting our sponsor at betterhelp.com/GG. Join over the 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health. Again, that's betterhelp, HELP.com/GG.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the GG Over Easy podcast. This is episode...
Let's guess. Let's all guess.
I'm going to say 170.
Hey guys, welcome to the GG Over Easy podcast. Welcome to episode 69 420.
Okay.
119?
I'm thinking 170. I'm saying 117.
I want to say
119.
Okay, well I'm going to go in the middle. I'm going to guess 119.1, Bob.
I think I just had a stroke.
Wait, no, 118.9. Bob. Fuck.
I tried to look up our podcast and I put FG over RZ. I think I'm like, is my left side
FG
look
over
droopy?
RZ?
Like, what the fuck?
No, you're okay.
You have a mix. Your
hair
having
looks a little
stroke
droopy
with
in the back.
mixture
Yeah, don't
of
worry about that.
dementia.
It's 117, dude. How do I
It's
contain this
117.
gigantic
This is the
brain?
Master Chief episode. Too bad Halo Infinite blows.
How does it blow? Well, I mean, like the monetization system's absolutely garbage,
Yes.
but the game itself is pretty good.
Yeah, but that's...
I don't really like the multiplayer.
Oh, okay. I like the multiplayer. It's
Mr.
just the
Fruit, I have
rest
to
is
comment.
garbage.
I have to comment. Your beard is looking very majestic.
Thank you. I'm just
You
kind of
look
letting it go right now, you know?
You're looking like you're going through your midlife crisis, but also like you've had a couple kids, so you've got like a pretty potent dad dick. You know what I mean?
What?
Yeah, you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
So, anyways, guys, welcome to the GG Over Easy podcast 117. So happy to have you guys. We're back after a week hiatus.
Yep. Sorry about that. This is where we'd put an excuse if we had a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the excuses Blue didn't wake up.
Yeah, so... well.
And it worked out because we didn't have any ads last week. So
it was like, wow, okay.
Otherwise,
so shout out our
Studio
fantastic...
Well, honestly, I'll be honest. I don't. How long had it been since we missed that episode? How long had it have been? I think it had been like 9 or 10 months since we missed.
Wait, since we missed an episode? No, it
yes.
been...
We missed a lot in 2021, Rob.
This year. Yeah,
did we?
weren't very good.
2021 wasn't our best.
I feel like we were pretty consistent.
No. Right around like
4 or 5
like
episodes,
September.
I think.
Way more consistent than Real Gamer Hours.
Oh, absolutely not.
Like, let's just
wait. Yeah, but that's not hard to do. Like that,
yeah, but
that's like the lowest. That's like expectations. Like we're up here, and I don't know. They're
even if they record a new episode, it's not content, so it doesn't even count. You know,
they're like wherever Lil Nas X went in Montero. They're way down. That's their expectation.
Do you remember early podcasts when we were doing them in person, and it was like Fruit Summit? I had just started working on it, and I couldn't move my arms.
Yeah,
like, and I couldn't, and it was like bad. Okay. So last week I had a physical trainer. I'm back at the gym.
We're
So
back to real life stories, people. Woo!
we're back at the gym. So yeah, because I leave the house now, So I leave the house now.
Eat shit, Omicron.
Also, I'm gonna be honest. I'm just waiting to get COVID now that I'm back at the gym, dude. It's just a matter of time. Like there is no chance
have
I
you
don't
gotten your
get it.
booster?
Of course, yes.
Boost.
By the way,
Okay.
I got my boost like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Remember last time we did the podcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I got my boost.
Fruit, have you gotten your booster?
Yeah, I got it like that day it was available.
This man was like the patient zero of the booster.
Yeah, I'm already in line. They're like, boost, I'm already here. Give it. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, if it weren't for Claire,
So
I would probably be like, I should schedule that. But instead she does it. And so she's like, it's today, we're going. I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, that's why I had not gotten it for a while, just because it wasn't because but more so because of I just like don't want to get sick, I didn't want to because that kind of happens.
But you were fine, right?
Just kind of my arm hurt. I had to sleep on my right side. Which I normally don't do. I'm normally on the left side. So
Left side gang.
Anyways,
I do love sleep on my left side.
So I'm back at the gym. Boosted up, like I'm ready to go. So I had when you join a gym, they're like, hey, you have a free personal trainer session. So I'm like, okay, like this is gonna be cool. The dude and girl are really cool, right? So they're good guys. Good girl. They're awesome. No. She tagged
was
along.
One
she was
shadowing
new, so
or whatever.
Was like, yeah, that so he's like,
I'm ignoring your childish.
You're like the 7th grader who figured out like what cum and cum is, and they're like, hey, will you come up to the front? It's like, I don't know.
Me watching Gen Z TikToks has reignited.
Yeah, we've lost you, dude. Where have you?
So I fall under the trap of saying what I do, which is I like stream on Twitch and I do like YouTube videos and stuff, Immediately sparks a conversation. But while I'm like, he's like, okay, so I like to start these off like with like a bike ride kind of thing. So I'm on like a stationary bike, given my lore, dog. Literally like yeah, and like I'm wearing my mask too. And then he's like, oh dude, you don't have to wear that. And I was like, all right, like, okay. So I take my mask off. And so, but still, regardless, and I'm like, so like, yeah,
Omicron's over there. Like,
it's literally like you suffer $4.99 a month, and like I get like 70%. I'm like, and like he's like, oh, cool. So like, do you do like what? Do you have like do you do podcasts, or is it just Twitch? It's like, yeah. So like, and it's like I'm really struggling here. And he's like, all right, I like to do this for about 12 minutes, or it's like 8 minutes or so. It felt like for fucking ever. So I'm on there like giving my what is almost like seems like a fucking interview at this point if they're gonna let me into this.
Did I make it? What was you asking? I don't know.
Yeah, so like he's like,
this is actually your yearly review.
Yeah, so like I'm really like just pedaling, dude. It's like I got mad respect for my Peloton instructors out there who like are yelling at me, telling me stories while I bike with them. That shit is hard. So anyways. Finish that. I am like at this point, it's been like 8 minutes max. It may have been 8 to 10, somewhere around there. I am profusely sweating. And it doesn't I never get that bad at the gym. And like it only ever got that bad when I played soccer when I was like 12 and growing. It was gross to the point where I was like, can I go get a towel? And what I don't like about this gym is the towels, you can only get them from the front. They don't have them kind of laid out around. It must be like a health thing now, I think, where like you can only get them from the front. So grab it from the front after just like dripping from like the top of the ropes. And then so he's like, I figured we start out with squats.
Oh my God.
Like, okay, mind you, I have not like I haven't lifted in like 2 years at this point.
Hopefully it's just like body
what does that have
weight.
To do with?
Hopefully.
Dog. Yeah. Okay, but like this is where like my mistake comes in, okay?
You're like, so, 3 plates. Yeah, load them up.
So he goes like, okay, give me like a show me what you do with the bar. Great technique. It's like I'd never left the gym when I was in high school. It's like perfect, getting my depth. Like it's just good. looking up, like it's good.
Keep the
No,
back
not on
straight,
my
core
toes.
tight.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's looking great. And
Pressure
then he
on
goes,
the outer
perfect.
foot. Mm-hmm.
Slowly going down, little explosion kind of up as you go. He likes it. And he goes, okay, so like, let's see what you can do with some weight. Like, what's a comfortable, like weight that you can rep?
It's a drop.
So I literally like think, and I'm like,
one
okay.
rep? Oh, okay.
When I was 16, and then like, 16, I was 11 years ago. Like, and that I was running every day. I was pumping, like I was eating. I go, like 45s on each side. So like, he throws a plate on each side, which like doesn't seem like a lot. But like at the time, so like he puts plates on, and like I'm thinking repping, he's like gonna have me do like 5 to 6 to kind of just
He's
see
probably
my
like
form.
12, 15.
He goes rep 12 out, right? Like like rep 12. And so like I'm like doing it. I'm like, all right, easy shit. I get to like 6. I'm like, like slowly, like
I ain't
like,
coming up anymore.
Yeah, and so like I rep 12 and like I rack it, and I don't want to seem like a bitch, like I said like I could do this, and like I could have been like, this might be too heavy. Let me throw it to 25s, and nobody would have thought something. But like
literally
me, my ego, I'm like, don't be a bitch. Like keep that shit on there and rep that shit out.
Show
like
you
you
cool,
said,
bro.
you could
Show
do
them you're
this.
cool.
So
Show
I'm like
cool,
walking
bro.
around, and like they're like,
I am cool.
How did you start doing this? So I'm like, yeah, he asked me if I wanted to like record a video after I did some homework, and then we got this guy named Blue. He lives in Texas, so he doesn't like live here. So I'm like just like give him my fucking voice. Like, all right,
Rob,
like,
you good? You're a little more pale than usual. You want to shit that?
He's like, all right, like get onto the set, and he's like, I'm like thinking, all right, maybe he'll let me do like 8 or 6 here. All right, rep out 12 more. Oh my god. Dude, to my credit though, like by the time I get to 8, it's getting kind of slow on the come up, but we rep 12, dude.
Okay.
I slam that shit on the bar. Like you drop that shit, and I'm like walking around.
This is a great learning lesson. Thank you, Rob. When Rob says he's at 8 and it's hard, that's when you stop. If you're a normal person.
And I was, and he goes, how do you feel? I'm like, oh, good, dude. Like, I feel fine, dude. And it's one of those, here, let me walk. Like, let me show you, I crip walked on accident. I was
something up your butt.
Dude, I feel good. I was like walking back. Oh shit! Like my knee went caved, dog. Like it was bad. So and they know I have a podcast, so I don't know if they're listening to they're like, let me catch the latest ep. So if they're listening to this, this is on me.
I'm gonna be honest.
It's not you. It's
you're
me.
probably not fooling anyone. He probably knew exactly.
So,
what's going on.
dude, we get to so I rep that. Fuck yeah. Walking around telling our lore and shit. And then he goes, all right, let's add some weight to that. Let's put on 10. So we put it on a 10. He goes, all right, let's do 8 times this time. So dog, when I tell you by rep 8, I was like, he's gonna need to spot me here. Like he's gonna oh my god,
there's so many red flags in this story.
Rep, put that shit down. Yep.
And then you're like, yeah, and I slipped a disc.
And then
weird. I don't know.
Proceed another another interview question on the lines of what color hoodies do you like? I don't know. So
what are you looking to get out of this company?
So and then it's I'm out of water at this point too. I had brought the GG advanced thing, the Mr. Fruit Shaker. They sent me one of those. So I'm cooking with one of those, and it has a little bit of Dream Team with 2 Rob scoops. Always 2 Rob scoops.
Your poor heart right there.
That shit is gone, bro. And I am profusely sweating. I have not it looked like I had just got out of the shower. It is stringy, it bad.
They hit stiff.
I don't think.
And then we get to the last.
That was
set.
the warm up.
He goes, let's add some weight. And I literally went. I was like, I don't that's good. That's fine. And then he's like, let's get 6. Dog, when I said I only did 3 and it was probably the worst 3 squats I've ever done, bad. So we get to the next thing. I'm not kidding, yo. I'm walking like this, dude, like to the next thing. Like I'm fucking I'm like Connor Ray. Bad. Like it is hurting so bad. But thank God, guess what he has me do? What do I have the best of? What do I got the best? I got the best shoulders in the game. So he has me do like these shoulder things.
Please
first
tell
thing I
me
go is like, okay.
You explained your shoulders to him.
I said to him,
I
have a friend on the podcast. His name's Christian. He works out a ton. He says this shoulder pop thing I have here is bad.
Well, it's not necessarily bad, but you should get checked up on.
Well, he says that it is probably due to that I'm a gremlin and like this all day. And that at the point, my like shoulders just rub against each other. Like,
okay, but you said this has been happening since.
Yeah, I don't
as long as you remember,
since like
right?
high school. Yeah,
he
just said it's probably posture or something like that. So I haven't taken any heed of word, and I just sit like this still. I'm also trying to sit with my heels to the ground now. You know,
hey,
to be honest,
you need 90 degree at the knees, 90 degrees at the elbows. Monitor the top of the monitor is at eyesight. That's what you want. You don't want to rest your elbows. It needs to be a little higher.
Eyesight is like kind of the top of the monitor, which
that's good.
I just need to.
That's good.
Oh, you don't want it to be like in the middle?
No. Because then that's when you want top of the monitor eyesight. That's perfect. And you can keep like a neutral. Yeah. Because like Claire will come in and laugh at me. She's like, "You look like a dwarf," because my desk is all the way down the thing. But it's 90. We got the ergonomics, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, when we're 70 and you're able to walk and I'm over here walking like with the huge.
Well, the ironic thing is, I do this all and I'm still like a hobbled old man. So
I explained like my shoulder things and like he like feels he's like, oh, that's like kind of weird. Okay, that's a great start. Like he's like, that's interesting. So he's like, all right. So anyways, so we do this shoulder thing. We're like, I'm sitting. It's one of those machines that you go to the gym and it just looks very daunting. And you go, I'm never using that. Like, I'm never touching that ever. It's like the weird kind of supported bar. Like the bar is like attached to the machine. So like, if you crash or something, or I don't know. So I sit down with the bar and I like do a shoulder.
You put free weights on it though.
Yeah, you could put like free weights on the side and stuff like that. I don't know what it's called. It's called like an assisted.
Yeah, those are pretty normal. Yeah,
very intimidating looking. True. I will never touch it again.
Okay.
Because I don't know how it works. I don't know how to put it back. You know, I don't know how to. So he has me do these shoulder presses where like, you like press, but you also like put your neck through it. So it's like you push through and then like. So you sit down like this. So I'm sitting down currently. Bar here in front of me.
Yeah.
And I shoulder press. But like at the point to where you shoulder press it, it's like the bar's kind of like behind your neck like this. So it's like shoop and then like
what? Whoop. You never put the bar behind your back with your shoulders. Who was?
Well, that
I need to talk.
That was the.
I get red flags from him too.
And let me tell you, crackle dackle, madapple sapple. Like this thing was going wild.
Because you're not supposed to do that.
So safe to say, I repped it out. I repped them all out.
Yeah, because you ain't no bitch.
Your body's like,
I was fucking as I'm
shut
snack
up.
crackling and popping over here, Rice Krispies. We did it. All while I'm still, he hasn't really showed his face because he likes this anonymity thing. But like, Christian, like it was like just this whole fucking thing still, He's
like, all right, so we got a package for 20 sessions. We'll get you 10% off.
And then after that, I'm dying, dude. Like, and then abs, of course. He's like, we're gonna end it with like a quick ab set. So it was like, but thank God, dude, I got the core of what I'm trying to think of a Greek god.
Probably any Greek god, frankly.
There you go. I have the core of a Greek god, thank Lord, because I, for some reason, just have the metabolism of a horse. So I just kind of, it's like the dead bug one where you kind of, Oh, by the way, the plantar warts are doing all right.
It's just white. I can't.
Exactly.
Okay, good.
Remember last time you could kind of see him and shit? Not this time.
Nice.
There's still like one.
That's
but not
progress,
like
though.
yeah, you know. Someone in the Reddit, by the way, was like, "Yo, Rob, throw some duct tape on that shit." And then everybody in the comments was like, "Don't do that." Like
what?
So we do these abs, I kill it. I'm just having a great time.
Natural. You are built diff.
And we're done. Like, but like while I'm like walking in, dude, my legs hurt so bad. Like this is like I can't walk type of shit. Like this is like hurts so bad. Like to the point where I don't even do the dry sauna. I just go home. And I literally just don't do anything. Okay. The next day, dude, when I tell you getting up just the stairs, just like a step, dude, hurt more than like I was literally going up, like one, like that's one step, and then like, oh, dude, I was like, I'm installing one of those fucking chairs that sit on the side and goes, I was like, that would have been a lifesaver. But then I couldn't go to the gym for like a week. And then I forgot while I was there, I scheduled one for yesterday at 3:00. Guess who didn't show up at 3:00? This guy.
Oh no.
Well, I was streaming and I forgot. Like I don't put stuff in calendars. I'm not that type of person that like makes a schedule. Like I never made a planner in high school. Like I thought planners were stupid. And the fact that we got graded on planners, dude, that is a travesty. That's awful.
Yeah, because clearly if you'd bothered, you might have some schedule in your life, but you know.
Yeah, so didn't schedule it. I totally just forgot about it. He texted me at like 3:05. So
hey, you showing up like
yo, dude, I'll just meet you in the front. I was like, I'm literally streaming while I see that. I just went,
oh,
you're calling your provider, like, change my number, please.
My legs said, you're not going. Like, and like, to be fair, that is on me, not the trainer more so, because I'm not a bitch and I said I'll do 45s and rep it. And I did. But, and then like, I'm talking to Sydney. I'm like, I literally can't move. Like do everything for me, please. And she's like, you're so dumb. Like this is.
I would have no.
And I was like, I'm just
for
an athlete. Like, come on, man. Like I'm an athlete.
Yeah, if you're
like,
an athlete, you gotta do it yourself. All right, like persevere.
Oh, dude, it hurts so. Like, and like I still have some remnants, but we're good now. Like I'm 100. I was at the gym 2 days ago. I didn't go yesterday, obviously. But I was there 2 days ago.
Well, you know what's crazy is instead of just not going there for a week, you could have gone every day and been okay if you just don't.
What do you do on squats? Like if you're doing 12, at this point, I'm sure you're an athlete.
I mean, I would probably do like 45s, but.
But you've been working out for 7.5 years.
Well, that's what it's like. Well, it's also like when you go higher reps, it's more endurance, which is what you should start with. And if he was going to say like, hey, rep 4 out, like, what are you trying to do? Get huge and hurt yourself? You don't want to start.
Well, I told him, I was like, I'm trying to like cut and shit. Like,
yeah, so you want high reps, lean, like 15 to 20 probably, honestly. But that's just it. You go low weight. Like rep that out with the bar. Rep that out with 10s, you know? Like, that's all it takes.
45s, dude. I have never not been able to walk. It was the worst pain I've almost ever been in ever. Like it was worse than my arms. Remember when like I couldn't like put my arms like it was literally like maybe this was and I was like if I tried it was worse than that.
All right, so this is I love that story because there are a lot of great teaching moments that I can inform our listeners about.
I've learned a lot.
Yeah, because now they're listening like, wow, I never want to go to the gym.
I'm also getting lessons from Fruit on how to work out. So thank you so much, Rob.
Yeah.
Blue. Fruit, thank you for giving me this session.
Yeah, this one's free.
This is actually, I appreciate, this was actually the intro session for me and Fruit. And this podcast was actually really just him showing me my first lesson on things not to do. So thank you so much, Fruit.
Thank you, Rob. Yeah. Hey, the great teaching, great
This
student.
was great, Rob. Rob, I didn't expect you to be in our first session, but thank you so much, man.
Yeah, it's I was just shadowing. I was shadowing Mr. Fruit.
Yeah. What was the
during
girl doing the whole
session.
time? Was she just like
just asking questions, going, "Oh my god, so cool!" And like good job, like good rep, shit like that.
you wanted
like-
to help? No. Okay.
Dude, it was. I didn't go to gym for about a week and 2 days.
Let's start super macro. All right. So the dude immediately has you go squats, which isn't bad, but it's a compound move. Compound moves are the hardest. Compound moves being like squats, deadlifts.
What makes it a compound?
So there's isolated workouts and compound workouts. Compound means it works a lot, at least more than one muscle. So squat is not just quads, hamstrings, glutes, back, core, whole bit. You know what I'm saying? Deadlift, kind of the same thing. When it recruits a whole bunch, the reason too that leg day is so brutal for people is because it requires the most CNS, central nervous system. It hits your body the hardest, your legs and everything, so it fatigues you. So that's why leg day is always the hardest, which is why you don't need to push leg day anyway. You can get a good leg day without doing your first squats and you're like, all right, well, that was leg day. So the compound lifts aren't bad, but if you're not a seasoned lifter or you're just coming back and you're trying to get back into it, skip the compounds because those can hurt.
What do you think of leg press?
Leg presses
Is
are
that
good.
compound?
No. Leg press is a way they isolate it. So you sit down in the machine and then it isolates it, so it's almost exclusive of your quads. Or your hamstrings, however you do the leg press. But compound moves, they're great. And honestly, if you only ever did compounds, you would make gains. But the problem is, it's also the most likely you're going to hurt yourself. You're going to injure yourself, overwork yourself, and then also come to hate the gym. So don't start with compounds. Work them in.
Oh, I hated the gym after that day. Let me tell you.
Instead, go easy. You start with machines too. There's nothing wrong with machines. I'm an advocate.
I'm a machine addict.
I'm an advocate of moving away from machines as you go on. But the reason machines are so good is because it starts you, it locks you into a certain position, so it's a lot harder to deviate. And it should be noted too that there are bad machines. Like if you have a leg press machine at your gym and it has a rounded back, it's a bait. I don't know who, they should be fired. You're gonna hurt yourself. You want a flat back leg press. And then there are certain machines, especially for like shoulders and chest, where it locks you into kind of an incorrect position, but that's really nitpicky. You start with machines or really light free weights. And then you listen to your body, which Rob learned and refused to listen to. But normally what you do...
Well, like I've been taught to not listen to your body, dude. That's just a psychological wall. Like just you can push through that shit.
Yeah, maybe if you're
your second wind.
Yeah, if you're some professional athlete in
there you go. He's just
in the Super Bowl game. What are you pushing? You're risking your body for what? 12 reps on it. Oh god.
I'm trying to push.
It is important. Your body will. You should know the differences when your body is saying we don't like this, and your body's saying we don't like this just because we resist. Like the easy thing is to just not do this. But if your body's like we don't like this because things are hurting.
There's a big difference between like muscle failure and this is weakness leaving the body.
Yeah, there are certain things like if you're halfway through the workout and you're just kind of like, I'm kind of tired. I don't know if that's a different mental wall. But if you're squatting and your body's like, oh my god, that's when you're like, you know what? Let's rack it.
Do it. Nope.
Yeah, let's just. It doesn't matter where you're in the set. So we'll take some more examples. So you start with squats. Immediately you're like, what do you want? 45s. First off, he should have said we're warming up with the bar or body weights. Doesn't matter. When you start your workout.
I did do that. Remember, I did do the bars, and it was good sets, good
I didn't hear that. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I did the bars, and that's where I was like, the form was good. Like everything about it, I was back. You start. And that's why I was like 45s.
Especially when it's your first workout. It doesn't matter what if you're like, all right, I'm going to start today with chest press. Let's say. Just do the bar or do dumbbells. If you got to go lighter.
Okay, can I give you
warm it up? Get the blood.
I need to work through. If I just do the bar, I feel everybody is looking at me, going, "Look at that idiot! Only do the bar." Like I have
instead you will have people going, "Look at that idiot!
Dude.
putting plates on it and struggling when he doesn't need to. If you have the people who, if they would look at you and judge you for the bar, are the last people you need to worry about, because they're just gym bro, like
There's
8 surgeries in.
Yeah, nobody goes to the gym to judge you specifically. Most people just are like, oh, cool. They're just doing body weight.
And if they are, they're the worst kind of people. Like who cares?
Yeah, and if they are judging you, like they're probably like insecure about their self, which is like that's on them.
It's a lot of projection. Yeah.
It's just the bar. That's the only part where I feel people are watching me, is if I do a workout with just the bar. Like that.
I'll sit there and rep out just bars. I don't care. Bah.
I feel like only doing the
I'm not hurting
bar.
myself.
Yeah, only doing the bar is like a misconception for people who don't work out probably.
Yeah. That's still 45 pounds. And like that's the thing too, is I could make just a bar workout for you be brutal. It's all about how you work the weights. So point being,
how you work the shaft.
Your first workout, especially if it's a compound, work up to your weight. And this is a lot easier when you know. Like if Rob's like for me, like I know, okay, if I want to do 12 reps of a plate, I know I can get there. I'm going to start with the bar. And then I'm going to do 10, 25, 35, and then plates. And then I start my workout. You work up. You don't have to do all the reps and stuff. And I know some people are pressed for time. But the whole point and why you should like static stretch and stuff before workouts is because your blood's not pumping there. It's not good to go. So you get the blood pumping. It's warm. It's firing. That's when you're good to go. You do the plates. And then let's say I'm like, I'm going to do 12 reps. I get the plate, or I'm good to go. But I get to 8 and I'm like, I don't know. Just put it there.
Oh, but see, I get to 8 and it's just like, that's where I feel it's like the pain, weakness leaving the body. Like, just rep it. Like, get it.
Nope. Because I can guarantee you those last 4 reps were bad form. 100%. I don't need to be there. I could probably ask your trainer. You did something wrong. And even just the slightest wrong thing in form, if that's what you get used to, and then suddenly that's what you keep doing over months, years, injuries. That's what it leads to. Like that day, it might not affect you. But then one day it is, and it'll just like, it'll just be. So nobody's judging you. It's not a competition. You don't have to prove anything. Now, I'm not saying you get to 8 and you're like, nah. I'm saying like 8 and like you're, even if you like you get down and you go up, that immediately drop the bar. I would drop it, or if you should also have like the little safety bars. Then I would just drop down and put it there, because that if you're even like, ooh, this is going to be difficult, but I'll rep this part out, that's where you're going to hurt yourself too. So listen to your body. Odds are, if you're getting resistance like that, just know I could probably rep this out, but also it's not going to be the right form. And if it's not the right form, there's no point.
Those squats taught me that I'm not 16 anymore. That's for sure.
It'll wake you up real quick.
No, you're stronger now. Well, probably not. But
pardon your regularly scheduled podcast listening for this short ad break.
Is something preventing you from achieving your goals? What interferes with your happiness? Check out BetterHelp.com/GG. My experience with BetterHelp was awesome. They were professional, on time, and I didn't have to wait in some stinky waiting room. Connect in a safe and private online environment. It's very convenient. You can start communicating in under 48 hours. It's not a crisis line. It's not a self-help. It is professional counseling done securely online. Licensed professional counselors who specialize in depression, stress, anxiety, relationships, sleeping, trauma, anger, family conflicts, LGBT matters, grief, and self-esteem. We want you to start living a better life today. As a listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting our sponsor at betterhelp.com/GG. Join over the 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health. Again, that's betterhelp, HELP.com/GG. Roses are red, violets are blue. Don't let the wild pube wreck you. Valentine's Day is just right around the corner, and our sponsors at Manscaped are here for you with the best tools to get your balls ready for the special occasion. This V-Day, it's time to join the 4 million of men worldwide who trust Manscaped, the leader in below-the-waist grooming. With our exclusive offer, go to manscaped.com and use code GG for 20% off plus free shipping. For all my fellas out there, it's super important to have a clean pair of balls going into this Valentine's Day. You gotta be ready. Gotta have your T's crossed and your I's dotted, baby. So get the Performance Package 4.0 from Manscaped. It's just the thing every guy needs in their life to make every day just that little more special. The number one product is in this package is the Lawnmower 4.0. This electric trimmer is designed to trim hair on the loose skin. It also includes the Weed Whacker, nose, and hair trimmer to whack all of the worst weeds. So get 20% off plus free shipping with code GG at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com, code GG. Join Cupid and shoot your arrow with Manscaped this Valentine's Day.
Well, and this works too because Blue was asking for stuff, so I'll just go through a few.
Oh, they did have me do like cool shoulder like exercises with this little. It's like a bar, like you can kind of bend it and stuff. A PCP bar or whatever. Like
okay. What about it? What were you doing? Oh like, yeah.
Like this, yeah.
It opens up your shoulders, chest, and then your core.
Yeah, I'd have it like here, and then I like bring it over, and it would like round my shoulders. It felt like good, and
so
my shoulders weren't popping, and it was like stretching them out. So he said I should do those every day I come to the gym, no matter what.
Yeah, doesn't matter where you work. When you have an injury, especially chronic injury or something, like it doesn't. I'm doing leg day. I'm still doing PT for my shoulders. Like, just gotta do it every day. It is what it is. I'm trying to remember all the things. That's a good point, though. Your personal trainer. Odds are they're personal trainers, but they are not physicians. They literally cannot, like, if they know what they're doing, they will tell you, if it was me, I would do this, but I can't give you advice, like medical advice, because they can't. They're not physical therapists. Yeah. They're personal trainers. So, like, when you told him about your shoulder, he's probably like, interesting, but that's not his expertise.
Yeah.
And I'd probably be more worried if he's like, well, here's what you should do. He can show you exercises and probably be like, this might help, but he can't give you definitive things because that's not what they're trained in. So he might be able to help, but like also if you have a problem and you tell your personal trainer and they give you a rough diagnosis, just know that might be it. It might not. It's just, that's how physical. Now there might be some physical trainers too that get their licensing and stuff, but that's a whole different thing. So that's just something to know. But now if you're like, you have a problem with form or like, hey, when I'm doing this exercise, this hurts, they can probably, well, it's probably because of this form or this blah, blah, blah. So that's something to know if you ever do a personal trainer. Aside from that, he was having you do the right thing too. First off, if you're trying to lose weight, cut, whatever, it's high reps, low weight. You just want to bang it out. And you can superset too. But it's all about firing the muscles as much as you can.
Do you ever do burnout?
There are certain exercises, where you can do to fatigue. It's a nicer way to put it, because burnout. You're gonna go to like burnout.
Like burnout is like last one I'm crashing. That's what burnout was to me. Like the last one you can't do it. Like,
So there are things, and like that's part of it too. That like to fatigue isn't bad if you know what you're doing. And this is like super broad advice I've learned over the years talking to people, researching myself. So again, too, like this is all not medical advice. I'm just telling you what's helped me and not injured, and then what science says as far as I can tell, which also changes yearly too. So if you're listening to this in a year, who knows? Some of this has probably changed. So yeah, keep the. I think I've said this too. Like, I'm thankful for my dad. The first day I went to the gym, I immediately was taught it's not how much you move, it's how you move it. So, point being with that, it's not. Who cares if you're moving a plate on each side if you're not getting as much out of it? Whereas if you did the bar, you could make more gains. Like that's not. You got to figure out what you're trying to do. You got to be safe. Listen to your body. But it is a good idea if you're going to do a compound lift to do it at the start of a workout rather than the end. Because if you do it at an end, your body's fatigued, you're going to have worse form, and the odds you get through it and actually get something from it is way less. So if you're going to do a squat, do it at the beginning.
Are you a water protein guy or milk protein guy?
You can do either. When I'm trying to cut, I do water, just cuts a few calories, but I've even done orange juice.
Oh, what?
Nah. Well, okay, with certain flavors, yeah, but I have this vanilla ice cream flavor. You mix it and it tastes like an orange Julius. Right. But
I have cookies and cream is the one I got.
The reason you would do it with orange juice is actually for the insulin release. Like with the sugar after the workout, it's actually not bad. it can actually help. Because your blood sugar levels drop. Some people even do like gummy bears immediately after workouts and stuff. So that's the thing I immediately think. Like, if you probably had specific questions,
no, but I just need to go. I just had like, I'm probably not gonna do this again, but I appreciate it. I'm just gonna kind of do my own thing.
But that's what for new people too. Like, you don't have to go to the gym, feel like that, and then not want to go back. Because most people too, like you went back after a week. That's where most people.
Well, because I know like that is
but
kind
for
of
most
an anomaly,
people,
and it's my fault.
They feel that.
Oh yeah,
and they're like, because I will tell, if you have not worked out your first couple of days, you're gonna be.
It's
sore.
Gonna suck. It's gonna suck.
It doesn't have to suck that bad, but it's gonna suck. You don't have to go.
Mine are the worst pain ever.
But
like Sydney goes, just take it easy when you go to the gym. She always says that. Just take it easy, like, you know.
No, babe.
I pump.
I gotta freaking prep that out.
But I'm just slowly getting back into it. I'm trying to just cut back. Since losing Max, it's been nice to get out of the house. But I thought that was just kind of a fun kind of story.
Yeah, I'm not trying to just like critique you.
No,
like,
it's hilarious.
I'm not like if that's how you want to work out.
You're right. You're right though.
But yeah, you're like, I'm so sore, and it's like, well.
But there's a method to the madness. That is me.
And saying that's great. Everyone else be safe. Everyone else listen to your body. Be careful. Even when I work out, I'll be doing like a military press, which I've done hundreds, thousands of times probably. Before I work, I'll literally look up another guy.
For military press, that is just kind of a shoulder press, correct?
Yeah, with a bar, standing, sitting. And that's so that's also a good point too. When you had you doing your shoulder thing, whatever your neck should never.
It was like
okay, so if he's saying
like
there is one thing, so in a normal military press, shoulder press, you go to the top, but you're not getting full extension, which is maybe what he was saying. So what you do is you then kind of bring your scapula and your traps up, and you get just a little bit more.
Was. Like.
But if at any point you're like
no, I was not. It was like it was kind of just doing it like by, you know, like, I don't know.
There should be no workout where there's stress on your neck, essentially. So if at any point you're doing that, just stop and
no, I was just snap, crackling, and popping.
Yeah, and then that
I was
too.
If you're and dropping,
you're like, you know what? Let's find a different workout. That's another thing too. Some people's bodies and stuff like, I typically don't squat. I do it very sparingly because my knee doesn't really allow it. I think it was like even The Rock talks about he doesn't squat anymore because he can't. Instead, he just does like leg extensions, really heavy leg extensions, or like whatever the fudge. So like some other. But the point is,
so I squat more than The Rock.
Yeah,
he doesn't squat.
Yeah. So hey, there you go.
Yes, Rob. You squat more than The Rock.
But yeah, that's the other thing too. Is like,
what do you think The Rock squats?
Oh, if he wanted to,
it doesn't matter what you think he squats because he doesn't. Sorry, that was it. Yeah, sorry.
But also, his.
I don't think you watch WWE.
No, that's another thing too. Yeah, The Rock is in his 50s. You don't grow as you get older. So if you think The Rock is natural, I don't know how to break this to you.
It doesn't matter if he's natural or not.
It doesn't. No, he makes a lot of money. That's what gets him in movies and stuff. Yeah, that's kind of my spiel.
His attitude era.
If anyone ever wants more stuff, I'm happy.
You guys do the Rock eyebrow thing? I don't have very active eyebrows. Oh, you can. You can do the Rock. That's cool. I don't have control of my eyebrows like that.
Hey, I'm an athlete. All right, push through it, Rob.
That is pretty athletic, though.
Well, I can't. Like, people can move their ears or whatever.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
Can you guys move
I'll
your
sit there
pinky toe?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, I just have to like flex really hard. I'll flex my foot really hard, and then it just slowly goes like this.
Like, what? Well, that's technically. I mean.
Yeah, just like it's like way out there.
That works.
Oh, okay. So wait, your brother had a comment on my alerts. I want to know what he specifically said.
There's going to be a great segue because
Oh, okay.
I think it was like when you were talking, you're like on the bike and you're talking like, yeah, when you sub $4.99, and then there's this alert, can you some bog chips in the chat?
It's so, like that alert is like at 0.001%. By the way, like it is turned down, and still like 7 times. Yeah,
because if audio peaks, you can't as I learned, you can't unpeak it. It's damaged. My brother from Oregon was in town. So it wasn't Ethan.
Wait, this isn't Ethan?
It's my brother Eric.
Oh, I texted Ethan just saying.
Oh, no.
Well, let me.
Yeah, he's like, what?
He's got a lot of brothers.
I do.
That's true. JK, this is the one
JK
from Oregon.
So he's my oldest brother. He's probably listening. Hi, Eric.
Oh, dude, he has actually like good critique then, like, because he doesn't know me. You know, he's just like
Well, it's something along the same lines of because I think I was talking about like he was joking because he has to get my attention sometimes. He's like, I gotta save my Twitch Prime when I gotta get your attention, because like he'll text me and I'm terrible at he's like, I gotta like
you're the worst texter ever.
I gotta put my question in and like sub or whatever, and I was like, well, that doesn't even work because like at this point, like the shing like my sub alert, it's just white noise. It doesn't even alert me anymore. And that's when he was like, yeah, like that's not bad, but man, Robs, it's like you just can't, it's just so much. And I'm like,
it is a lot.
But
okay, so the story behind it is that was 6 years. How long have I been streaming? I've been streaming like I think I had a resub 74 months. So how long is 74 months? Like, is that?
It's a little over 6 years, like 6 years and 2 months or something.
Yeah, so 6 years and 2 months I've been streaming. That was my first alert like I ever made from like my 5th or 6th ever stream when I got my computer. So like,
beautiful.
I had that for my alert for like, and like at that point there wasn't gifting. My gifting subs and all that is different. Like if you gift like 5 subs, it's like a cool like little explosion. It's like, it's cool. We like that.
Oh, that's so nice.
And like that came with like the alert that I got with Streamlabs. I got this huge, I was going to rebrand everything. This is like maybe a year and a half ago. And I had my sub thing changed to like this cool little 8-bit, because it's 8-bit themed. I was like, oh, let's get a cool 8-bit kind of thing. And it was like it was a cool 8-bit thing. Everybody fucking hated it. Everybody was like, what is this? This is dumb. And like,
where are the Pog champs?
Oh, my thing crashed. Yeah, so like basically it was like my stream crashed and my thing crashed here too. Uh-oh. No. Okay, nice. Okay, so I literally made that off of like my 3rd stream, and it had been my alert at that point for like 6 years. So I changed it and everybody hated it. So I'm like, all right, it's back. Like whatever. Like even though you guys want to hear this a million times, like, trust me, I don't like it, but I've tried to change it, and anything I change it to, everybody hates.
Well, I guess it depends on the OBS you're using. But there is a way to just you don't hear the alerts, but they do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, helps. I don't hate hearing it. Like you said, it's just white noise to me at this point. Like I've heard it. Like it's been way louder in the past, so like it doesn't even feel like it's just.
To any viewers listening, if you don't know, why don't you just go use your Prime sub on Rob? You'll find out.
Why don't you just use your Prime sub and be the judge if you fucking hate it or not, and then you can say what I should change it to, and then I'll change it to, and the normal people who hang out normally will hate it. So yeah, they'll hate it. The gifted one sub is really cool though. I totally did not rip it off XQC
though. It's just funny though, because right before we were talking about that, he was talking about he'd never played the Souls games, but just recently beat Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 3, and like something else. And he'd like never really been into them, but someone had just like gifted in Demon Souls on PS5. He played. He's like, oh, I kind of like this. So he was going back through them, and that's when he was talking about the alert, and I was like, well, ironically enough, that's when Rob beat. And I thought it was the Nameless Knight, But you mentioned
which one
it's
is the Nameless Knight?
That's the like I haven't played Souls, but I know.
I think you're thinking of the Nameless King.
Or is it the
I
Nameless
think you're
King?
thinking of the Nameless King. Yeah, and like he starts off on a dragon, and then
I just know that one's pretty infamous.
I actually beat him in about like 15 to 20 tries. He was actually like, I think it was like 4 or 5 hours he took me, like not very long in terms of like bosses, but like Abyss Watchers, when I beat that was like 3 days of full streaming in a hot ass room, no air conditioning, hating fucking school, not knowing what I was like, just thinking like this was just like a part-time gig, prime dream team time, like very angry Rob. And this was 9 hours a day, just beating my head into a fucking wall, and people going, oh, dude, go farm some souls, go level like up first. And like, oh no, like fuck that. Like, I'm just gonna do it. Like, and it was like 20 plus hours of just grinding Abyss Watchers. Well, and everybody in my chat going, dude, it's not that hard. Like, like all you have to do is just roll, and then like the dude, like it's you can go get more Estus Flax if you go. It's just like shut the fuck up. Like I hate you all.
I mean, in games like that, backseaters are just built different. They all think.
And then also, I was using, I think at your time, the Blue Yeti,
or the blue snowball.
Yeah, which was just that's the blue snowball that was just peak city, like.
True. Well, and I think as we learned too, you accidentally bumped the setting for the longest time, right? It was
so with that is if you listen to like the first couple Dream Teams, like my mic sounds decent, but then come to find out, like if somewhere like 10 or 20 episodes in, it is just potato for like 2-3 years at least. And then I think like one day it's miraculously better because in the Audacity settings, it had it on internal microphone and not on the Blue Yeti mic. But I would just assume that it was on there because the red light would turn on.
Oh my god!
So that's why I was like, I have it, everything. Like, and it wasn't until like I was watching some tutorial that was like, oh, make sure the click down is on Blue Yeti and not internal mic, and it was like, boom,
like internal screaming.
Yeah, so that's what that was.
But it's even funnier that it was the Abyss Watchers because he was mentioning how and I didn't realize this was it, that like these twins he came up against for the longest time he was playing, and like his friends were telling him, and he'd heard like this is the hardest thing. Like he almost like just kind of delayed playing it because he's like, I don't know if I'm ready to just bang my head against it. He beat it first try, so he would have not created a PogChamp alert. He's just a gamer.
You have to ask him what Abyss Watcher was.
He's got the fruit blood,
Nameless King, I feel like Nameless King is actually easier as you get on because you kind of learn the bosses. You know, he's kind of like one of those later ones. Abyss Watchers is like maybe your second or first fight, honestly.
And that was your very first
Soul.
Oh, that's
that was my very first Souls game as well.
That makes sense.
So people probably hear like 3 hour, 20 hours on Abyss Watchers. You're a noob. Yeah, you're right. I was a noob.
But yeah, what do you expect? And just like that too, you're like, you also just did it a little bit harder. One, you didn't have any experience, and two, you refused to farm things. You're just like, no, I am here. I am going to beat this, which is how I do it. So I respect that. If I get somewhere I shouldn't early, and it's like, well, I'm here and I'm going to beat it. Because I think that also came out because I was telling them a story why I never finished Breath of the Wild. Because I was like playing with Claire. She's like, I want to watch you play. You get like right through the very beginning of the game, and I just roam. She's like, where are you going? I'm like, I don't know. She's like, you're not supposed to go the way. I'll go wherever I want. And then I end up in the middle of the mountains, and I fight. He had the name of it. But it's like Lionel or there's only a few in the game apparently. Is that what they're called?
Yeah, Lionel.
Yeah, I guess there's only
with the leaf.
No. Those are like Kokoros, right? Kokoro seeds.
I played it for like 10-15 hours. Maybe.
Lionel, if I'm not, it's like a lion centaur thing with like a sword and shield. To a little of my knowledge, there's only a couple in the game, and they're even like I guess color coded to difficulty. And I think I ended up finding the second hardest. And my weapons were like stick. I had no upgrades. I had no stamina upgrades. I had no health upgrades. I had no items.
No food?
I had no food. No, like, I'm an hour into this game and I'm just wandering because I'm like, well, if it's open world, I'm going to do what I want.
Like, finally, a worthy opponent.
Yeah, and so Claire's like, oh, I couldn't beat. Like, you should just, there's no point in fighting him. And I'm like, I got this, and he one-shot me. I'm like, okay, bet. I restarted at that point. She's
I'll
like,
perfect them then.
yeah, that was it. Like I had to no hit this guy. And I mean, like when I'm hit him, it's like boop, boop.
Yeah.
But like and then I would hit him twice and weapon breaks and I have nothing. So
like
it was
100 pips, like 100 hits to his one, basically.
Yeah, it was a mess. 2 hours later, Clara left at about 30 minutes in. She's like, I'm not watching this. She's like, just don't. There's nothing. I'm like, I'm gonna beat him. 2 hours later, I beat him. I get a shield that has like 20 durability, and that was it. And then I kind of burned and there's like, you know what? I'm gonna play something else. I never finished Breath of the Wild, but I beat that Lionel with nothing.
Yeah.
But that's my problem too. Yeah.
You showed that Lionel who's it's just like the personal trainer,
principle.
you know, like
yeah.
That's
why I get it.
Parallel universe. Yeah, you do get it.
It's just in this one, I'm mentally hurting myself. I'm not physically hurting myself.
Exactly. See, I'll take that mental and just be like, I'm all right. I'm with Claire.
Yeah. She's like, this is frustrating. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, but I'm not turning down. She's like, you're so stubborn. I'm like, yeah, you're right.
But like, and like that is also, I'm also like kind of sentimental to that kind of video, that sound clip, because like it's like 7 years old. It's like one of the first streaming moments that like I can recall off the top of my head. Like I vividly remember everything about it.
I remember that's when I developed tinnitus. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like my webcam is so potato in that clip. Because I think I was using the PlayStation 4 cam at that time too. No, were
you streaming on off PS4 at that time?
No, I just got, because you couldn't have PS4 alerts when you were streaming. You can't have alerts on PS4 streams. So that must have been like my second or third PC stream. Because like that's when like I remember telling my dad, I was like, I was like, I already have a lot of donations from it. I was like, I kind of just need a little bit more. And I was like, and it'll take my streaming to like the next kind of level. And he hooked it up with a loan.
Thanks, Dad.
That I never paid back. So I guess he just paid for the rest of my computer.
Thanks for paying for my computer, Dad.
Finessed.
And that thing was trash, bro. That thing was just enough. I couldn't believe that thing turned on. Like, and we built it together.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
my first PC was garbage too.
Oh,
I think I literally only got it because I was like, well, I'm gonna eventually stream anyway. And then Fruit was like, yeah, I want to record some PC games, and I was like, well, fight pull it now or never. And my PC was garbage, and I was like, oh, this is so cool! It lights up.
Did it even have? Was it just like internal graphics? Did it even have the graphics card? Do you remember?
No, it was a cyber power PC.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the one where the very first one.
Oh, my very first one? Oh, fuck no. That thing, I don't even know if that thing exists anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know what that thing is.
It's probably for the best.
Yeah, that thing was Omega Potato.
I wish I knew what the specs of my like first PC were, because it would just be so hilarious. Like when I complain about the computer, let me say this plurally, computers that I have now. Like, it's just insane.
There's two PCs. Shut up, man. I feel that.
But that's what you gotta do nowadays.
But in other news, Blue is excited about something that's not the critically acclaimed MMO, Final Fantasy 14.
I'm always excited about Final Fantasy 14, but
now there's something else, right?
How could you not be? It's free through heaven.
Okay,
of course.
So last podcast, I talked about how I was scared about Arceus, whatever, because I was like, I don't know, dude.
Let's Arceus.
And I'm gonna be honest, me and Fruit have been sending each other leaks. And
so you guys are leak. Why aren't you sending Rob leaks? You know, because maybe Rob cares.
Because we know you don't care.
Yeah.
So
you saw Typhlosion Booth.
I'm gonna play it. Yeah, I did
need
to see that. That's a leak.
So,
that's the Booth brother. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're not going to talk like specific design leaks or anything, but as far as gameplay wise, us watching the leaks, I don't know if I could talk for Fruit, but maybe I can. Where I was like just like kind of lukewarm on it. I was like, yeah, I'll play it, and now I'm like, all right, I'm on the hype train for Arceus.
It's that cool.
It's classic Pokemon, dude. You're not excited week before things, and you're like, wait a second. Yep. Because for whatever reason, like people were talking about, like, dude, Game Freak just doesn't know how to market their Game Freak. Doesn't
the worst marketing,
but they don't market. That's Pokemon Company's job.
They market like ass. Sword and Shield, same deal. I was like, well, Sword and Shield, no. Sword
Do
and
you
Shield
think
is different. 'cause-
Pokemon is purposely leaking? Like they are the leakers to
No,
get
people
you
got
hyped
it
to buy
early.
it?
No,
Yeah,
Oh.
early
people just straight
copies.
up got it early.
Why
And
didn't you
then-
guys get it early? You guys are Pokemon stands.
Because we missed the 15 copy eBay sale, dude.
Because I randomized my Pokemon games.
Wait, they were selling it on eBay for 15 like or-
there was like a random seller in New Jersey who was selling the copies in overnight shipping.
For how much?
So like $75. Which
Should've
to
hopped
get
on
the
that.
game a week early,
That's not that
pretty
much of
reasonable
a.
price.
'Cause
Yeah.
it's only 60, right? Like that's not huge.
Yeah. So
15 profit for him, businessman.
pretty nice little profit. But yeah, I was like not that interested, and now I'm pretty fucking interested. And also, yeah, Nintendo definitely doesn't like leaks because every single person that posts
Oh.
anything, they just get like
Nuked.
copywritten, striked immediately, nuked off the face of the planet. And it's just crazy to me because this happens every time where leakers do better marketing for the team than Game Freak does for themselves.
Yeah.
I don't get it. But shout out to the leakers. You guys have somehow made me hype for Arceus. Arceus.
But that's the bizarre part is it's a week away. People are like, oh, but they'll get their market. It's a week away. Even if they start marketing now. What? Where has it been? I mean, we got like.
I feel like people who are gonna buy it are gonna buy it. Like, what do they need?
Well,
to
that's
know
what-
100%.
Yeah, that's what
But
people
for like
say.
the Pokemon enthusiasts like us who were we were gonna buy it anyway, but like it went
What's the
from
trailer.
to hype. Their
Oh.
trailer was like literally just like them like throw a Pokeball, throw a Pokeball, throw a Pokeball, ride Weirdeer, throw a Pokeball, ride Weirdeer, and it's like holy
You're throwing a
fuck,
Pokeball
dude.
here, you're throwing a Pokeball over there.
I would ask what the leaks are, but I'll ask them off podcast.
Yeah.
Just in
Well,
just in case people out
it's
there
the
wanna be
whole
surprised.
game basically. It's
Yeah.
the entire game.
Really?
I haven't paid.
Yeah,
I haven't
people
looked
just
at like
straight up have
story spoilers,
copies.
but
Yeah.
that's the only thing I looked at. But they did leak all the forums, and I won't like explain any of them for people.
Yeah.
All
the new Pokemon they leaked.
but
they
boy,
leaked
do
everything you
some
possibly want.
of those miss. There are some hard
I'm-
misses in there for me. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm already calling it, just like Gen 5. All right, I'm calling it. This is going to be one of the
Very
most
divisive.
revered Pokemon games. And because it's going to be a good Pokemon game, that means the designs are going to be garbage. Never fails.
Revered means like
Amazing
looked at
Pokemon Gen?
well, right?
Piss water designs every single time.
Like, it's so hard to not. There's just one of them, and I'm like, what have you done to my boy?
They did a couple really dirty.
So dirty. And then
Like
I
we're
can't-
talking like Temtem level design.
honestly, some of those
You'll
I'm
have to like link me so I can
not even
look at 'em.
Temtem would take these, man.
Some are like worse than Temp. Some are like I designed that when I was like doodling as a 12-year-old.
I'll see if I can just DM you because I just want to show you, Rob, like the one.
Yeah,
There are
some of them
some that miss
awful.
for me, but
So remember, don't.
And
don't
you're just saying
physically
how these,
describe.
but how do they change what the Pokemon looks like? Don't
You'll
they just
know.
kind of like copy and paste?
know.
Like
yeah, we'll
You'll
see.
know. You'll know. Trust me, you'll know. Don't describe anything. Don't describe it physically or anything. Just like
Okay.
give us your raw like, wow, that's shit.
as a normie someone who like likes Pokemon but doesn't stand like.
Well, I never saved the photo, and of course everything's
I
been
can tell.
nuked. Oh, I think
Yeah,
I
I
found
can
one.
remember that.
Okay, I got one. All right, Roberto.
But I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it on stream for sure. I don't know what to expect.
Put it in your Twitter DM.
Okay.
So just initial thoughts on some. I mean, you probably don't even know half of them anyway.
Okay. Some of these are cool. Wow. I think I know the one you're talking about.
Maybe. What?
That
Okay.
is just really bad.
What column and which row?
Second row, first one.
Well,
Yep.
yeah, that's one of them.
That
Or-
is off. That is bad.
Those
Like,
there's
what-
two that are just abominations, and it's like why?
Like, yeah, some of these are bad. Why did they do like? What don't they? Yeah. I don't know what the other.
I'm just gonna be straight up. this is not really spoiler, but they blew their load marketing wise on all the good designs.
Well, and you know what? It's like, why aren't they showing us the other? Oh,
There's a reason.
Wait,
they're
I
not
where are
showing
the
see.
other
starters?
ones.
I don't see the starters on here other than
Weed Boy. Look at Weed Boy. And then you have
the one right next to the one you just talked
the
about,
blue. Yeah,
Oh,
directly to the
okay.
right of the Abomination. That's another starter.
and then
Wait,
you
these
see,
are all Pokemon in the game?
Yep.
and
this
then
is all
in
real.
the third row at the end you see the deer.
Yeah.
The one to the left is the other last final Evo for a starter.
That looks like Majora's Mask.
Well, to
that
be
one,
fair, I like
is-
that one probably
when
the most.
animated does look really cool. Yeah, I think that one's probably the best
Wait,
design.
which is the one you really hate?
There's a few of them, but when I threw up in my mouth. Fourth row, second.
Okay. Yeah.
Fourth
How-
row, second.
How are they gonna do that?
Oh my god, that's
How are-
right.
yeah.
How did it? You see, because they trick you. Because
Here, I'm gonna put this into the
pre-Evo?
stands.
Yeah, I was like,
Well,
okay.
no, don't put it in for stands.
If you
Don't put it in
got-
for stands. Do not put it in for stands. If you're gonna put it in for stands, make sure you spoiler it.
Yeah, this is spoiler.
And then if
alert.
you're listening, odds are if you just look up like Legends Arceus, like leaked mons, you'll probably find the same photo, and then you'll be able to.
how do I like mark
Um,
it? Oh, whatever.
Just do the two tags, the two the uppercase of the slash under the backspace button. If you
They
put
can
two of
just-
those,
They can
yeah,
just
okay.
look away.
okay. So yeah,
I'll do like the little dashes on Twitter when there's like when people tweet about spoilers, they do like WandaVision spoilers, and then they do like 6 hyphens of lines, and then they put the spoiler at the bottom. It's like why?
Right,
That
this
doesn't.
is- Okay, so it's funny because they bait you because the pre-Evo looks sick.
Yeah, he like because I was going through through the rows. I'm like, oh my god, they did this! I can't wait. Oh my god.
It's like it progress like the first row like starts really good, and
Well.
then it just like oh god.
For me, it was the end of the
Wait,
first
these are
row.
all the Pokemon that are in the game. All of them.
No, just the new ones. Like most of,
Oh.
in fact, there's like
What do you mean by new? Like
so
like,
a couple of
these
these
are new Pokemon.
are literally
new
like
design.
new evolutions or new Pokemon, but most of them are what they've called in the past couple of games regional forms. So
Yeah.
the region is Hisuian or whatever, and so these are Hisuian regional forms. Like Voltorb, for instance, that one's already been revealed. That's Hisuian Voltorb. We all know Voltorb, and like that's
And,
Hisuian
you got the
Growlithe.
Growlithe, and then the Zorora and Zoroark, and the
The Weirdeer, which is evolution of Stantler, which is
Weird
cool.
Deer, and then the
Which I'll also say, the very last one in the bottom row, I was excited to see that. I hope they do more stuff like that. It's kind of like
Oh,
Weird
that
Deer.
one- Yeah, it looks super cool. I was very pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
And then the Basque Legion design is just fire from the
Yeah,
get
that
go.
one.
So like,
They hit with that one.
but then we talk about this motherfucker,
Is it the one next to
And-
the one I hate?
and I was like, okay, for those two, okay, I understand. Like these are probably just like, these are probably like for story purposes exist there for a reason. However, I cannot excuse whatever the fuck is to the right of your least favorite.
Yep. I was about to say that's the
I don't
next
know what
one.
that is.
this one
I
standing
don't
like
know what
this.
that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Fruit's least favorite. My least favorites are the one directly to the right of that one.
Without
The
any
pink-looking
spoilers.
ones.
Yeah, without any
Yeah.
spoilers. It looks like him from Powerpuff Girls.
It just looks so. It looks like him if you like dropped a lot of acid.
So that's a new Pokemon that hasn't existed before that they made
Correct.
OC.
That's a straight up new one.
That's
and I can
OC.
tell you, the people whoever worked on the Sword and Shield designs did not
Did
work
not.
on these.
They are. If God exists, he is not with this game.
Is the one above that new? Is that one OC?
No.
It's a different form. That
That
entire
one's
row.
bad.
That entire row, except for that last one, are just different forms of mons we already have.
Okay. The weird flat one is weird.
Yeah, which the ones to the right of the flat one you're talking about, what? It's without spoilers. It's like they took Greedant and then just threw him with a Pokemon. I don't.
Yeah, it looks like it's made of clay.
I don't get that one.
It just looks like some of these designs just look like, let's take the Pokemon and let's just throw some random fucking geometry on them. Perfect. This is brilliant.
Well, and then above that, we have a literal Digimon. Literal Digimon.
Half of these.
I like the white and red one. That's like it's like Spider-Man. That one is sick.
Yeah.
The white and red. Oh yes, yeah.
That one is very sick.
Those have already been revealed.
Which
amazing. Probably my favorite.
Normal type.
Of the new designs. Sick. Yeah. Sick designs.
All around, like some of these. There are a couple where I'm like, straight up like bangers.
They blew their load. They knew which ones. Like the team who like the final review, right?
They're like, this is like, what you guys have.
They're like, are you guys? This is a fucking joke, right? No, these are the final designs. We approved them. Jesus fucking Christ.
Who approved?
We got a couple here we can use, so let's throw those in the marketing.
Yeah, that's why they don't have marketing material. They're like, we that's all we got. Enjoy. They're like, how about we use one of these new mons? No, you know what? Do a Bidoof short. That's going to be better than.
So here's a couple of the teams that they really wanted to use for marketing. So we're going to stop you there, and we're going to do the executive decision. This Ruler absolutely. Oh, look at the happy Look at the happy
a Voltorb.
That's a banger. The Growlithe is adorable. Put that one in there. Weirdeer, the Braviary, those will be great. Yeah, but what about this one? Susan. I'm gonna have to cut you off there.
Greg, I love what you did with this new one.
Look.
What about this? Is one of our favorites. Love that one. Love that one.
Ringo.
Don't love it for marketing though.
God.
We'll put that one right on the fridge where
so,
everybody can see it.
Aside from the new designs, though, what I've been hearing and seeing gameplay, like Blue saying though, it does have me excited. I'll say this: like they have a new evolution animation. It's sick. Like it just feels so powerful. Have you seen it, Blue?
Yeah, I've seen pretty much everything.
Yeah,
and I've listened to a lot of the music. Yeah, I think I was very worried they didn't put their all into it, but I think they obviously put I think this is probably like the biggest, like, departure? I mean, it already was the biggest departure from the Pokemon formula, but like now I'm like, okay, like they really decided, yeah, if this is going to be a departure, this is going to be a departure, and I hope they keep this departure because guys, I don't know how to tell you this. The only thing that has been keeping your legacy alive is literally a Nuzlocke that the fans made. So like,
yeah, like
if we could have like a game that exists beyond a custom mode that we made, that would be sick.
I think well, it's like if they can keep something like this parallel and almost make this its own thing and then keep its core RPG gen, because like that's what people kind of thought they were going to do with like Let's Go, but we haven't gotten anything with that.
I love Let's Go because it was a casual departure.
But I guess what I was hoping is like, okay, where are they going to take this though? And
yeah, for like a real like straight up like this is RPG.
But we haven't got anything. So, but yeah, I'm excited about the gameplay stuff. I guess the only things I'm worried about is depth. Like, I just don't know if there's going to be that much to sink into because, and like maybe this is spoilers, but like I think the game has like 240 mons total, including like evos and everything. So that's not a lot of species.
All of them.
Yeah, well, of course. And then the other crazy thing is, I forget the number, but like in the game total, there's like 110 moves. That's it.
Okay,
which seems pretty small. And I know a lot of people arguments are like, well, they took out a whole bunch of stuff that people are never going to use. True, but I just hope it's enough that you just don't see like these same things on every single mon. But who knows? If it also means that, as people were like pointing out, if they reduce the number so that they actually look better and like each one gets their own cool animation, then I'm down for that.
I think that's probably where it's going. I feel like a lot of things for this game, a lot of stuff that worked in like Sword and Shield just wouldn't work in like how open this game is. So I
Yeah.
feel like if the moveset is that low, they probably animated them specifically to work in not only this art style, but this setting.
So I'm excited.
So
Yeah. The
because a
leaks.
lot of the Sword and Shield moves, like a lot of the Pokemon moves are like very like tacked on effects, like in
Yeah.
post process type beat.
A lot of them, yeah.
And, yeah.
So yeah, no, I'm excited. It's the forms, like the first leak I saw were the forms, and I'm like, oh. But then all the rest, I was like, oh, okay, redemption.
Just like Gen 5, dude. Half of them are hitters. The other half are literally some of the worst designs of all time.
Just some
And this game's
misses.
probably going to bang. Because of that, this game's probably going to bang.
I mean, like, that's one of the most clear memories I have of playing Black and White. I go into because I went into that one completely blind.
What the fuck?
I went into grass and I'm like, am I fighting an ice cream cone? Like, what?
Jesus Christ! It's a bunch of gears. Wow.
Yeah, but then some I'm like, wait, this
great.
is sick. And yeah, so
100%.
It was all over the place. And who knows? Some of these might grow on me, but whatever the abomination is next to the pink ones and the pink ones, I don't think I will ever.
Now most of these are not growing on me. I know that for a fact. Yeah. There's some where I could see the redeeming qualities. Like I could see the redeeming qualities like Cinderace. But then there's some like Inteleon where it's like, yeah, that's just not going to grow on me ever. Like, I know that for a fact.
Yeah, Cinderace I wasn't on board with, but honestly, I think part of it too was what the fudge? The MOBA game. Unite, yeah. Like having that in the game, kind of like
it had like a level of it had like a well, I mean, like some designs like can have a personality, and then you have Inteleon where it's just like, wow, this is dog shit
still
from the get go, and you know
garbage.
It's gonna remain garbage.
Yeah, I'm still never gonna forgive them.
That's half of these designs.
Yeah,
I'm never gonna. I loved Sobble so much, and I still love Sobble, but my my enjoyment of that Pokemon died. Along with whoever designed the third evolution.
Yeah, after it started. You're like, oh my god.
Because they killed that evolution and not in the good way. I say killed that evolution in like the 1984, literally 1984 way. Like, wow, it's dead. Yeah, thanks for that, Sag.
It no longer exists. We've just forgotten about it. So yeah, Arceus though, I'm looking forward to it.
I'm so excited now, dude. I'm gonna fucking come.
Oh.
Anything else we wanted to touch on?
Probably a lot, but we forgot.
Yeah.
I mean, we got questions too, so.
Spitting.
Anything else you want to bring up, or?
I mean, just watch Peacemaker. If you haven't watched Peacemaker yet, watch Peacemaker. It's awesome. There's 4 episodes out now, so it's kind of bingeable to the point where yeah, it's good.
I need to, yeah. I
love Suicide Squad, and Rob was like, "You should watch it," and I was like, "You know what? I should watch it, Rob. Thanks for that, Chief."
It's a good show. It's actually a lot better than I thought, and it's written by James Gunn. I did not know that.
Oh, wait, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, and he directs the first couple episodes, I think, at least the first one.
Well, that's good.
Oh, in addition to that, before we go to questions, Destiny 2 stocks on the rise.
Buy. Meanwhile, my Jamie stonks are sells.
Yeah, I wonder. I saw a thing on Reddit, Wall Street Bets, that said, unpopular opinion, GME is gonna hit $50 before it ever hits back to what it ever did.
I mean, probably, and if it does, I'll probably buy more. To be honest. I bought them at discount when they were 50 before, made a good profit. I'll buy them at 50 again. Yo. But other stocks, Destiny is up. I had Rob unironically DM me today and said trials this weekend.
I do. I want to try and get good guns. I don't want to be that. If I was just 6 level higher, then we wouldn't be doing this.
And
you wouldn't have to be playing perfect, Rob, type of thing.
I've actually been playing recently. The game is a lot more enjoyable when you just know, when you have no idea what's going on. Like, I have no idea the meta of Destiny. I have no idea what's going on. The game's enjoyable when I know nothing about the game, because when I learn about the game, that's when I realize, wow, this sucks. So I'm just gonna stay ignorant and enjoy it.
Yeah, so the dream team might come back for something here soon before Witch
Yeah.
Queen.
Oh,
You just let me know.
And then Rob and I
I'm available.
are looking for a day one raid team. We're gonna try and day one raid with Witch Queen. Blue, understandably, already has a team. Doesn't want to raid with us. That's
I
in
have
his
PTSD.
Okay, I
shoes,
just
I'd-
eternally hate you, and I'm just never gonna be your friend again.
I'd probably do the same thing, but yeah, I am offended.
If we raid together again, that's probably what might happen. So you know,
That's true. Very true.
But
That is true.
yeah, so Destiny's on the horizon.
So play Destiny 2 and watch Peacemaker while you're playing it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Questions. We'll start here with Treyborn. It says, have you guys watched Encanto yet? If so, what were your thoughts on it? I feel like it was some people. It hits for some people more than others. So I'm wondering what are your takes on it. Anything that
movie's
has to do with my
wicked.
Colombian heritage, baby, we're all about.
It was a great movie. The music was really, really good too.
Give it to your sister. Your sister's stronger. Did freaking surface pressure banger.
I really like what they did. Surface pressure does bang. I just really like the whole movie. The message, it's very very different from what a usual Disney flicks message is, and I really like it. It was a really good movie.
I liked it too.
Yeah, I'll say this: like the music. Story didn't really hit for me. It was an okay movie for me, but the animation and the music I like.
Yeah, I like the message as well, and anything that has to do with Colombia, I'm all about. Farnelli says, "Hey Fruit, have you ever thought about upping randomized for future logs to randomized evolutions too? It could be bad encounters into good encounters and vice versa."
That's what we forgot.
Oh yeah, the Nuzlocke.
Quick detour. I am so glad Joey exists, because when I did our Nuzlocke, I was so scared. I was like, people are gonna hate me because I suck balls.
This is what they'll remember me for. And Joey's like, hold
And then I started watching the Cage Link, and I was like, wow, I did good. We did good.
I'm okay at Pokemon.
It's
good.
It
Also,
could have
I
been
see
so
you back
much
on
worse.
your sodies.
It's still Coke Zero, but yeah, I'm addicted in the way I convince myself. It's like, well, it's 0 calories, 0 sugar. And that's
all right.
Yeah.
Better than I mean,
it's
I'm
one of my
drinking sodies every
vices.
day.
Look, I'm always up.
Hey,
and
that's
down.
your treat. That's your treat.
Yeah.
Hey, we all got our vices, man. You know, we're all not perfect.
And that's his treat.
Yeah. If you haven't watched the Cage Lacto on the Mormons Fruit channel, do it. That's some content, in probably more ways than you probably think.
Yeah, I definitely want to watch it now, knowing what happens.
It's some people point out they don't think I've ever laughed that hard, and I think they're right, or that much. It was hilarious.
It was like a laugh that was like a mix of like it was hilarious, but also like vindication. Like, damn, I'm not that bad.
Well, I think Joey mentions it at some point in the lock, where he's like, my poke. You guys should understand. My Pokemon knowledge comes from Mr. Fruit, and I'm like, oh yeah, there's your problem.
Ooh.
I'm like, no wonder if it's trickling down from me. No wonder. Like, holy. But yeah, we're also going to be starting another one here. Well, actually, by the time this is up, first episode, I'm doing a Soul Link randomized Sword and Shield. If you guys want
How
to
do you
check
do that
out.
on the Switch? Or is there like
You don't. I mean, so like there's
What do you mean?
there's there's like a crazy.
You put the up, down, left, right.
Yeah, just hit the Konami code. Yeah.
It's simple. You just put and you use this. You use this. That's what.
Okay. Question here from. Christian, would you do randomized evolutions?
Oh, maybe for one, but like, it might just
that would be hilarious.
It would, but also,
like,
it
what if
would
you
have
had
to be like a solo. Nuzlocke, I think.
Because then, like, what if you get one that's like, it's like evolved like 8 different times, you know, like it's always evolving. Like
this Soul Link, everything's randomized except for evolutions. Like even moves are. But But yeah, there's evolution ones where like they evolve every level, or you get a Pokemon and when they would normally evolve, they do, but into something completely different. So like Charmander level 16 could turn into Rayquaza, and then if it turns into something
You're
without
stuck with
evolution,
the Rayquaza, right? Because
I think
it
stops.
doesn't.
But yeah, I think if I were to do it, I think it'd be funny to just do the every level, because then like you might be a couple levels below the gym, but you're like, I have a Rayquaza, this might be my best chance. And then before you get to the gym leader, it turns into like
up.
Magikarp, and you're like, fudge. So I think it could make for some interesting stuff. Yeah.
DPR says, hello, gents. Another week of $1 million, but question. Been making them too easy, so I'm going to make it more of a moral dilemma now. You get $1 million, but every time you spend a part of that $1 million, someone somewhere in the world loses X amount of money. Say you use $100K dollars somewhere in the world, they lose that much money. So you could potentially be bankrupting people. Would you take the money? Yes, I would take the money.
Hey, bro, guess what? You just described capitalism.
Yeah, I was like, I'm taking advantage of the capitalistic system. Finally, dude. Finally, I'm one of the ones.
It'd be nice.
The moral dilemma is, hey, will
you like capitalism?
Participate in capitalism?
Yes, I will. Yes, Alex, yes.
I'd like to think it's like if I spend 100,000 in one go, it only pulls from someone who has 100,000 to lose. In which case, hopefully that doesn't hurt them too much. I wouldn't want to, but I think the other part is I would probably never know. It probably makes it terrible, but the fact that it's anonymous wouldn't hurt as much. If it's like, hey, you spent that money, hey, look at this person, this is now what you did to him, I wouldn't do it. But if it's just like someone out there, well,
it also says, can we get anybody's doing it. Also, can we get a short of GG over easy clip of Fruit talking about farting on the shower walls? If you give me a clip and time setting, yeah, dude, but I don't remember that. That's so gross.
You know, he says he hasn't done it, but I know he has.
No,
Come on, man. You're missing out, dude.
Both of you. I know both of you have done
it. If you want to know what it was like to hear Hiroshima, just pluck that stuff.
Sloths has a question. Says, do you guys chew on ice or like ice suckers? Or no ice? I'm a no ice kind of guy.
I love chewing on it. Okay, so here's my meta, right? I'll get like a cherry zero Dr. Pepper. I'll get a cherry zero Dr. Pepper, right? And I'll just let it soak in the ice it'll be a lot of ice. I'll let it just soak in the ice for a little bit. Get the ice to break down a little bit. And then I'll drink the Dr. Pepper, and then I'll just have like little Dr. Pepper flavored ice cubes that are like weak. They're worn down to chew on. Amazing. So good.
You lost me at watered down soda.
Mr. Fruit, you spread your cheeks too far in the shower. Dude,
I hate watered down soda, dude.
It's not watered down. The ice is not watered down the soda.
But you just said but
if water's dissolving, that's what happens.
Letting the ice break down, letting the ice become chewy has absolutely nothing to do with watering down the soda.
It has everything to do with that.
Also,
you guys, then why do you then?
I don't. I get light ice, and by light ice, like
okay, you're still watering down your soda then.
But
but you're not, because the answer is you're not. Okay, buddy. So the point.
I normally get no ice too, most of the time.
Ice. You understand, right? Ice expands. When water is liquid and it turns to solid, it expands. So if you put a whole cup of ice, right, you probably only get like to the brim ice. There's probably only like half of water in that cup. All right. We're doing basic science here. So there's
a lot of water to water down my soda.
No. And then you're not even melting.
Any amount more than zero is too much.
You're not even melting the ice. You're just getting like the base layer of the ice to bring the amount of water that goes into your soda is negligible. All right, I want you to understand this, because when you tell me,
I'm glad you enjoy that.
Shut up.
But I'm not going to do it. I'm not.
Yeah, I'm just team no ice.
Shut your little twink face.
Or team light ice. It kind of depends on if the soda's hot or not.
Listen, dude, shut it.
I do like ice if it makes my soda cooler. Like if I have a warm soda.
Minimal amount of water that is going into your soda. So, therefore, it's a good idea to have ice soda that tastes delicious and you could chew on it.
Speaking of shutting your mouth,
Freaks.
I had this guy tweet me yesterday. He says, Mr. Fruit, for this next lock, please man up and ban legendaries. Mythicals are fine, but you always end up with some cheap garbage that undermans the playthrough. May I suggest anything but like certain games. I love you and your content, but seriously, man up. So I said, hey, Tim.
What?
I said, hey, Tim, thanks for the tweet. Appreciate you letting me know that I haven't been enough of a man. I think I'll man up now and tell you to shut your mouth. Have a great day.
Nice.
Wicked.
He unfollowed me.
You just got out
and I
alpha.
don't
You just
think
fucked
he's
your
gonna-
wife. If you have a wife, if you don't have a wife, you just fucked your mom. That's nuts.
I manned up. But yeah, it's funny. It's like you couldn't even just be like, "Hey, man, like maybe you're not next lock. Don't do legendaries. It might make it a little more interesting." Then they have to go like, "Man up,
cares?
man up."
The
Hey,
whole
love
point-
your
Man up.
content, but man up. It's
Icy
like that
hot.
dude-
Man up.
It's like the dude on the Reddit that was like, "Hey, no offense, but like this is too easy," and it's like, dude, no one fucking cares. Okay, like the whole point of a Nuzlocke is that it's already a meme.
well, like
If you want to watch like the Dark Souls Pokemon playthrough, like go to a different channel for that.
go watch Pokemon challenges, which I'm going to be in this tournament today. I forgot to mention that.
Hey, how about
Oh,
you
yeah,
man
that's
up and
right.
go watch content that is made for you instead of shitting on other people's content that other people enjoy?
Yeah.
Dab.
Well, and the thing
Lake-
too is,
Oh, go ahead.
well, I'll just say it's like they also said that about that lock, where I added so many rules that clearly made it too difficult for one of us.
Yeah.
And then it's still like, dude, this is, come on, man.
Come
I mean,
on,
When it's
man.
like as if you have say on what you get and don't get.
in
like,
my Nuzlocks that I did them totally differently.
I mean-
Damn, go play Nuzlocke then.
I think if you're watching a randomized Nuzlocke, you have to expect that challenge isn't the first. And like part of that is the fun and randomness and what am I going to get?
Exactly.
If you do a normal
think that's more
Nuzlocke
so
with
the
challenge
fun.
and stuff. But I even try and do random Nuzlocks with hard rules because it makes it more interesting for me. I like the challenge. But it's literally as simple as that. Like there are so many more people that have probably done the content you're looking for. So just
Yeah, with probably like a lot less views. So you're welcome to go watch it.
and a lot less
Lake here.
Papega plays. You're gonna miss them.
True.
Let me tell you.
Hey everyone, I hope you guys are doing well. If a game like Ready Player One was available as elaborate, what persona would you create for yourself? I'd be
Cat girl.
like a Kashyyyk. Yeah. Oh, I see. I was just about to say like a Kashyyyk from
I was making a Final
Skyrim.
Fantasy reference, but critically acclaimed MMO. I don't know if you've
Yeah.
heard of it.
Yeah, that's it's free through Heaven's Sword. I heard.
Final
Yeah.
Fantasy 14.
You can't buy it right now though. So
You can't buy it right now. Get the fuck off my game.
yeah, who would I make? I don't know.
Actually, you can buy it. I think the 21st, the
Too late.
27th.
I was gonna buy it in the 20th. And I said if I can't buy it today, I'm never playing it. So
Yeah.
I think the
Soon.
27th, next Thursday, something like that. Fucking
oh,
find
too
out.
bad Arceus.
Yeah, that's pretty true.
I don't actually. I mean, maybe like. You know, what's some interesting character? The problem too is whenever you get a character creator, I am the guy that's like, just click randomize. I can't decide, and frankly,
Chaotic neutral.
yeah, just randomize. Okay, that's probably what I would do. Randomize until I'm like, okay, and then just okay. I never spend that much time.
Doggy Mango.
Well, Blue never. Blue, did you? Say?
Oh, you didn't?
I
mean,
yeah, I don't.
You
I
just
don't
be your
know.
OC.
I do have a Final Fantasy OC, so I would make Jumbo.
The old Toblerone.
Oh, I was thinking more so the penguin. I thought you would just be
Oh.
like your little penguin, dude.
No, but like I thought if it was like, oh well, if we have to do like a human,
I think like
persona,
his
yeah, I would make
avatar
Jumbo.
persona.
If we're
right?
talking like
Uh-huh.
just general avatar, absolutely, I'm doing my persona, my penguin,
your fursona,
Yeah,
you meant
easy.
to say.
my OC, and then my Final Fantasy OC, two different things.
Let's just get that out of the
Yeah,
way and
let's-
straightened out
Totally different.
for the fan fiction out there. Doggy Mango says, "Hey guys, since you haven't seen Assassination Classroom yet, I suggest some more banger animes that you haven't seen. Erased Charlotte or Darling in the Farn X.
Going in the
Oh
Franks.
my god.
Franks.
I have seen Darling in the Franks, and loved it
I did.
until I didn't love it, and then I hated it.
I actually watched. I like the whole thing. I watched it
Yeah, well,
weekly
you like
though, and
Game
I
of Thrones, the final season.
okay, I didn't, but I thought it was okay, but I didn't like it. And as time goes, I dislike it more. So,
Fair.
but
Taste acquired
Dawn and the
time.
Franks, I watched it like weekly when it was airing. I liked it. I don't know if I would have liked it after the fact. And then like probably hearing through and then seeing, I just liked enjoying it in my own bubble. Like no
I've
outside
never seen any of
influence.
those.
What?
Very normie anime guy here.
Oh, yeah,
What was the
that's
first one
true.
though?
Erased, Charlotte. I guess Erased and then Charlotte are different ones.
Erased and Charlotte, or it might be Erased. The animated titles are so strange. It might be Erased Charlotte.
I don't know.
Anyways, yeah, I'll look those up. My anime backlog doesn't exist right now because I just haven't been watching anime like recently.
Blemish says, "Why are apple flavored candies green? Apple flavor. Wait. Why are apple flavored candies green apple flavor? Oh, I see what you're saying. By the way, I had some Japanese gummies, which are top tier. By the way, they are red apple flavor and they were delicious. Shout out Baksu.
I feel like
Let's
I don't
go,
think
Baku.
I don't think I really taste the difference between red and green apple, to be honest.
I mean, green apple is a little bit more, but
It's like tart, but
yeah.
and like I guess red's sweeter. I don't know. Apple's like low tier fruit for me.
We'll do a couple more questions before we end it here.
I think it's mainly because green apple is a little more distinct than red apple when flavoring.
I agree.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, red apple's very generic.
Leslie has a question. Says, "What are y'all's favorite go-to piece of everyday clothing that you own, not including shoes or jersey?" Looking at you, Rob. I've been wearing this lately. It's like a really cool sweater that I got.
Country
I've been wearing
roads,
this pretty much every.
take me
If I can keep it clean.
home to the place where I belong.
Mr. Fruit wears my shirt every day for the rest of his life.
Yeah, my entire attire is just my merch, friends' merch, and video game shirts people have sent me. I haven't bought a shirt in like 8 years, bro. It's bad. So yeah, just I rotate like 8 shirts.
When's the last time you went like shopping? Like actual like I want that. Ooh, like that. Like
Probably freshman year of college.
Yeah.
So what, 9 years ago?
I just like grew old hearing that.
Boo.
What about you, Blue? What are you wearing over there?
Okay, so when I'm at home, right, I have a rotation of a wardrobe, right?
Of course.
I don't have many clothes that I wear because I don't go out. I have a wardrobe that's my going out clothes. I have my vibe, my streetwear stuff. I have my nice clothing. I have my button ups. You know, like when I'm out in public and I got to do stuff, I'll wear like War Fruit Summit. You know, I'll try to dress semi presentable. Now, when I'm at home, I look like a bum, and my rotation is literally a bunch of these clothes my dad bought me from Dillard's. And it's like this Caribbean brand. And I never thought I'd be the guy who looks like he dressed like King Gathalion. But when I'm at home and it's just me, I dress like King Gathalion. So yeah, the Caribbean clothes very comfortable. And that is my go-to daily wear.
Very comfy. We like that.
Very comfy.
Mark with a question says, question for Rob and Fruit. When you guys are doing cardio workouts such as running, speed walking, and pelotoning, do you have any issues with your sinuses? I have a seemingly unique problem where when I'm doing cardio, my sinuses drain down the back of my throat and at times feels like I'm choking on snot. Do you guys have any advice? No, I don't have that. Unless I'm like sick, but that's kind of a given that's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't really. Might be something you want to look into. But
interesting.
It could just be you have a bit of a buildup or whatever, and you're loosening things up. I mean,
Beast8837 says, me and my roommates will normally have polls in our apartments that visitors can come and vote on. This week we got into a heated debate on how we sleep and what the weirdest way we sleep is, whether it is on your back, side, or stomach. My roommates thought it was strange I mainly sleep on my back. How do you guys sleep? We kind of were talking about that. I don't know if we were streaming or not, or podcasting at that point yet or not. How do you guys sleep, and what is the way you think is particularly weird? I think if you sleep on your back, that is weird.
That's a little weird.
If you just
yeah,
I'm not a vampire.
Talks about how good it is to sleep on your back, but I've never met someone who actually dead ass sleeps on their back.
Yeah,
I'm a left. I learned when I got my booster. That's kind of how we got on the topic.
Boost.
I sleep on my left side, so my arm hurt, so I wasn't able to sleep on my left side, which made me learn that I sleep on my left side predominantly.
Yeah, no,
I am a left side sleeper.
Back just feels serial killery,
It just feels vampire.
The only times I do that is when I'm injured or sick and have to have a washcloth on. Yeah, I don't know. Not my preferred. It's probably good for you. Who knows? I've just never really known a back sleeper. I guess it's probably completely normal, but I'm a side sleeper.
We'll do 2 more questions because I know you got to go hear some Christian. Shark Boy 97. What is the best and worst Spider-Man movie? I think the best is the newest one, and the worst is Spider-Man 3. And I think that's going to be pretty universal if you ask most people, I think.
Yeah, I think I tend to agree. To be fair, too, I think part of the reason why the new Spider-Man is the best, though, is because of previous Spider-Man. So
true.
It might also be Amazing Spider-Man 2. I'm not sure.
I'm going to go a little bit against the grain here. I still think Spider-Man 2 is the best Spider-Man.
Okay, wow.
It's a good one.
I understand. It's a great one. Close second.
Worst one is probably between the Amazing Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
All right, we got. We'll do this last question here from Classy, and then we'll catch up next week on these questions, guys. Mainly aimed at Blue, a YGO question. But I know Fruit and Rob are willing to try card games. Are you the type? Are you on the hype train of Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel? Essentially, official Konami licensed simulator that has a lot of promise and hype around it within the community. Would love to hear your thoughts, if any. And then it says, oh wait, hold on. It says in bold, edit after playing it after release. It's very free to play friendly to start and giving you enough resources to build 1 to 2 solid decks of your choice. Double edit says it just saw Fruit's tweet about his Pokemon TCG days. Are you getting back into the game?
No, I am kind of over modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Because the gameplay has become so band-aided to the point where it's not really fun anymore, and so much of the game is has turned into stopping the other person from playing the game, which is just terrible game design. Shout out Overwatch. And so I was really excited for Master Duels, but then I started playing the new Rush Duel format that they have, which apparently is massively popular over in Japan and Korea. And I've been loving it. I think it's just a way better and just a really well designed Yu-Gi-Oh! That I feel captures what I love about the game. So I was really excited for Master Duel, but then Rush Duel stuff started coming out, and now I am all on the Rush Duel train. So I hope we get Rush Duel cards here in America. But then again, the vice grip that Master Duels have on America, because we're dumb, probably isn't ending anytime soon. So I don't know. I do hope Rush Duels picks up here in America though.
I'm trying to get my When We Were Young tickets. Sorry.
Oh, fudge.
But
I hope Claire did that.
Yeah. So that'll do it for the GG Over Easy podcast. Thank you guys all for listening and watching.
Thanks for listening, but we love you. We'll be back.
We will be
next
back
week.
next week. Whoa. Let's kiss. Where can people find you on the internet, Blue?
Hey, you guys can find me everywhere at Dork Shadow.
You can find me everywhere.
At Sammy. I'm for Sonic.
You can find me in Final Fantasy 14 Giant Tumble. That'll be it. See you guys, episode 118. Doses.